Okay, well, don't set the threshold so high on the gate. The release doesn't need to be quite so long. Well, you know, I'm trying to get it so that the clackiness of my very clacky keyboard does not trigger the gate, but in this life, you can't have it all. I could switch keyboards, but that would be uh, not what I want to do. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody's here yet, and that's fine because I'm just gonna get started. Welcome to another episode, thrilling adventure. Sitting in a dark room with Logical, working on a remix. We're working on a remix of a new track by Harsh R called "I Was Never There," and let's see, what have we done so far? We did a we did some recording in we made some patterns on the Octatrack and we recorded those down. Then we did some overdubs of TD3, like the Behringer 303 and the Behringer Pro 1, and some modular stuff with the Piston Honda Mark 3. And that's where we left it. We had just done some overdubs, and I have done very little since. I did a little bit of homework. You may notice that you don't see any of my tracks here. And this is a workflow that I think Logic kind of is trying to deprecate with some of their track stacks. But I've been doing it this way for a long time, and I find it very useful. And what I've done is I've packed the entire set of tracks into a folder. Then I listened to it down, and what I did is I then trimmed, or I cut using the marquee tool sections, the folder into sections. And the idea here is that I can use these sections to do some further arrangement. I can move stuff around. I can repeat stuff very easily. Where are my tracks? Where did everything go? Well, if we double click one of these, you'll see it pops us into the folder, and we can see these sort of, the tracks. They've all been cut. So if we duplicate one of these, delete one of these, we're basically making some non-destructive edits. I like working like this in the to arrange things. This is kind of my go-to linear arrangement format in Logic. My brain works like this. I kind of wish there was the facility to do something like this in Ableton. That would be kind of cool to me. But yeah. Anyway, I guess there is in a way, but not quite the same. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. You don't want to see my Twitch activity feed, all two of you. What I think we will do, just to refresh my memory, I want to listen to this down. So let's do that first. Let's just start with kicking into the remix, and I'll, while this is playing, I'll maybe go post a link around a couple more places and see if anybody wants to join. All right, let's listen to it. getting a sense of what I want to do next. And then we spiral into chorus abuse. So, all right. I haven't listened to this in a couple days, but I think it's too long. I think we knew that. I think we knew it was gonna have to get trimmed. I think that what originally was the A section, and I seem to have to go back and check the recordings, but I suspect that I suspected this from the get-go. When I got into this second kind of groove, it's largely the same, but there's some subtle differences. I tend to like it better after it picks up. Let me see. Yeah, so that's my favorite part about the A section, is that little drop. Otherwise, it could start right here, right? So let's see. Let's see what happens if. Let's see here. So that's 2 bars, 4 bars. Yeah, yeah, okay. So, what if we just got rid of that piece? Right? Let's see what that sounds like. So I'm just going to scoot this over here. What would it sound like if we just started from here? So, quit, you're double clicking. So I'm going to save, no. I'm going to save this guy and move him back. I'm going to just ditch all this. All right. So now, this is the thing that happens. You know, it might be fun. What might be fun is if, this can get tricky. This might not work, but let's pop in here. Select all these. Drag them back. Yeah, too much. It's like 1 bar, right? So if we just do that much. All right, I'm game. I'll probably end up changing this, but let's pull up our mute tool. Let's mute the kick, mute the snare. The modular's muted, which, little secret, I'm probably going to replace that whole modular track. I'm not happy with it. All right, so now let's select everything and make that first bar. Start at the beginning. Let's see what happens. Okay. So what's going to be kind of funny is that I'm sort of destroying, we're going to have like a little, oop, wrong muted. Throwing an extra bar at the beginning is going to sort of make things wonky from our, we were really trying to measure our, maybe, yeah, maybe. So we're just getting it loose here. Let's zoom in a little bit and we can be a little more selective. Like that needs to be fixed, right? Yeah, I mean, we'll play with it. Okay, for now, I'm going to mute the 303. I feel like maybe we're going to mute that too. Yeah, okay, so I feel like alright, so important safety tip that I apparently am forgetting all the time now is make sure you don't have like everything selected when you start dragging. You should know that. Maybe just the first 8 bars of this, right? You know what would be handy is turning on of that just yet. So that's an important tip. I didn't finish my thought. I put it on shuffle left, okay? So what that's going to do is keep everything touching, but it's just going to shuffle everything back into place. So as I did that, it didn't come all the way to the end, like out into white space, which is fine, but it automatically closed the gap that I had left. So that's what turning it on to the shuffle left dragon did. That's fun. Alright, I'm thinking I want to save the vocals for later. Maybe. But this is the kind of breakdown piece, isn't it? Yeah, let's put that back. Hey look, it's Little Skills. Hey Little Skills. Alright, big breakdown section is breakdowny, right? Okay, so oh. Okay, let's see. What if we... Right, so let's take... let's use our correct fingers to cut on the right bar. And let's see how this sounds. Maybe. How does it sound? Okay, so kinda. Maybe. Maybe if we do that. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, now, breakdown bit. Breakdown bit's breaking down. So I've got this kind of idea that the breakdown here is where we will first hear the synths that got recorded in the last session with any real, in any real way. I want to get some of this arrangement done first. Because I've got an idea for them. You know what? Let's see. So we can probably, I'm gonna make a little call here. I'm gonna get rid of that section. I'm going to add some more of this turnaround over here. Because we can. See how much of that is. Yeah. So if we just put that guy. No, don't move multiple. Put this guy here. We're gonna have to do the same kind of thing and not use all of it, probably. Maybe. Maybe it'll do. It won't do. Okay. Oh. We'll have to fix the overlap, but I'm not worried about that right now, and a little bit of trashiness is okay by me. All right. Well, I'm not surprised that you think all I need is some Darude Sandstorm low skills. So as is typical, don't really have an ending yet. I like that little bit right there. All right, let's try this. Let's copy this guy over and let's kill the, maybe kill the snare. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do the same. Dang it. My Logic Fuse certainly isn't what it used to be when I was in it all the dang time. But I can get around. I can get around okay. Hobble along like the old man I am. Let's actually do that twice. I dig that. So we're just gonna loop this guy a couple times. Put him on. I feel like I get that. Maybe. And I think we'll have to do something fun for the end. Don't know what that is yet, so let's just, instead of copying, let's just loop this a few times. Great. 4 times. Let's see, that puts us 5.5 minutes. We can certainly stand to trim a little more fat. Let's see. You know what? We're just gonna, that particular vocal FSU kind of thing, bit reduction, that did not work as well as I intended it to. So we're just gonna get rid of it. I like that one a lot better. The angry backwards vocal. Yeah. Soda water time. So I'm thinking we'll have to add something into this section here. Yeah, okay. So I think that's cool. I want to create markers from regions. So I'm going to show you, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to create markers from regions. So now we kind of have that where I've made those slices, we've got them marked out up in our markers. But what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the folders. So under folder, I'm going to unpack to existing tracks. Don't create because I know there's some overlap. So what did I just do? I kind of got rid of that folder. I could even get rid of this folder track completely. And now we're back to where we were, where we've got the actual tracks in front of us, and we have our markers up here. So that's great. That'll give me kind of a reference on where these transitions were when we originally cut them. We can keep fiddling with them. But what I don't want to do is do a bunch of automation really wacky while I've got everything cut. I want to get it back into a sort of unified timeline. That might not be necessary, but it breaks my brain when I do it. So that's why I'm doing it that way. And as I said, I had an idea for what I was going to do with the 303 track and the Pro 1 track. And I think I'm feeling like trying to explore that idea now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 303 and we're going to put it into automation right. Yes, I'm aware. And we're going to do that to the Pro 1 as well. So now it is a little bit dangerous. Anything I touch on these tracks is going to write automation. But since there's no automation there at the moment, I don't really care. It's very dangerous to do that if you've got other existing automation. But I don't. So no worries there. So now I'm going to just play it through, run it down, and try this idea out. Actually, before I do that, let's save us a project alternative. So we're going to save one. This did the thing. All right. And then let's do, so that's our arrangement. And now let's make another alternative. I should get smarter about doing these. Should make the alternative before you start working on it. Don't you think? So arrange with synth mod. Great. Okay. So let's try it. Little skills. This is called putting in the dutes. Oops. I have to get rid of that one. I did forget one thing. It's an important safety tip. Unpacking those looped regions does not loop the things that were in those regions. So we've got to redo those loops, which is easy enough to do. Good. Let's do that also with the, should be able to just take this instead of looping it, let's just extend it, because that's like one take, right? Let's see what that does. So this is also where it might be important. Yeah, so it already put us back in touch. That's really handy of you, Logic. I appreciate that. Let's go back into automation mode. So rather than just overriding, it says because I came out of play, it put us back into touch mode, which will play back the automation I've done until I start messing with it again. Yeah, okay, something like that. And let's go back, because I'm doing this with a mouse, I don't have a fancy control surface or anything like that, right? You might notice that I was doing both the Pro One and the 303, and then I was like, I can't do both of these at once. Let's find where I soloed stuff. When did I solo? Did I not? I swear. Well, that's good. If it didn't record me soloing that, then that's nice of it. We want to go back to mutes. Let's come back here. You know, that Pro 1 and 303 are really giving me a Meat Beat Manifesto vibe. And I am not mad at that. Not one little itty bitty bit. Not mad. Definitely some cleanup that I could do in there, but I think you're getting an idea of the idea I had in mind. So I'm going to flip the automation to read now and leave it as it is. And I'm going to work on the balance a little bit there. Let's see. Let's just go, where do we want to go? Maybe here. Just adding some reverb to the old Pro 1 line there. Yeah. All right. Let's do a little more. Aw, I miss it too, Little Skills. We'll do it again soon. You should get that modular back in your house, though. Indeed. What modular? What modular, he says. Yeah, I know. I know. So I see one thing I need to fix. Let's turn the shimmer up 100% wet. See what that sounded like. Yeah, okay, alright. So, some more stuff we'll need to do, but, I am, speaking of modular, I'm going to add some droniness. I think some of the space is just too empty, man. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. The reasonable person in me is like, no, don't do it. Don't do it because you don't know what's gonna happen. But that's part of the point, right? That is part of the point. So I want to make another modular track here. Here's the fun part. Let me see if we are routing properly. Let me get some audio. Stand by. Here, tell you what. I'm going to play it so you guys aren't just listening to things bouncing around in the background. Right? I think that makes sense. So let's just come back and play it some more. There it is. So the problem is, if you call it a problem, I shouldn't even just try to be in pitch. I should just like surf it around, right? That's kind of what I'm hearing from you. Because the problem is that, and I think Avi was on the first session, was like, good luck getting anything on those tritones. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really digging it, but getting other stuff to play with it properly. So I was able to get the 303 and the Pro 1 to work, but like the original modular track I did wasn't in tune, but it wasn't nice and dissonant. It was kind of like just out of tune. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this right here. So let me play with it for another couple minutes. You know what I should do though? I should record it while I'm doing it. All right, so let me just play with it for a couple minutes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad I recorded that. How about you? I'm really glad I recorded that. That worked out. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Let's do an automation pass on that guy. I think we're gonna go touch this time instead of right. And let's go. Not bad. Something there. All right. Um. Hmm. I think I should probably listen to it down and see if anything else jumps out at me. So, thank you all for sticking with me. I know we're over an hour now, but I'm gonna listen to it one more time. If you're not sick of the song yet, then that's awesome. This is what happens when you're working on music: is you work on it, you get sick of it because you listen to it over and over again, like we're about to do right now. Let's go. I might have to get rid of that intro. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Not wanting the intro. So, I think it's just these. Yep, bar one. You. You know what? It might be more effective. Let's do this. This guy, make him half as long, right? Was he here? 24 bars long. Well, let's make him 16. That's fortuitous. No. No. I think what we want... How much of this do we want? Definitely want the first part. Maybe we'll do it like this. Well, wait, let's do it this way. Ooh, wait. That's a good place maybe for this guy. Perhaps. You gotta learn to copy it first, though. Gotta do that, or else it's not gonna work the way you want it to. There we go. All right. Well, that didn't do what I wanted. Because what we could do is maybe this. Yeah. I'm going to do one more thing before we end. I want to see. I think there's plenty of. Yep. That's what we're going to do right there. That's the end. All right. What's next? Next is got to stew on it a little bit. Got to let it simmer. Got to let it percolate a little bit. I may decide to do some more. I may grow to hate something, but I'm not going to spend much more time on this. This is just a remix for fun. I'm not going to get completely obsessive perfectionist about any of it. But I'm gonna let it simmer. Probably do some mix tweaks here and there. The modular is going to need some space carved out around it, or it's going to need to find places to fit. Usually in the mix, it's in my headphones right now. It's doing okay, but I'll have to check it on speakers. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the way the kick and the snare are hitting. I may tweak those. The 303, you might have noticed that I was trying to push it up a little bit as we were going because I wanted more of it. The problem is that this is where I get into my brain goes into Motorhead mode. And by that, I mean everything louder than everything else. I really start to like fall in love with little bits and want to hear them more. And then I will decide I love something else and I want to hear it a little bit more. And I shouldn't do that. I mean, it's something that we do as creative people. We, in music, if you get into the mixing and arranging, you start to focus maybe a little bit too much on some of the details that other people aren't going to hear or ever care about. And it puts you into that sort of analysis paralysis mode. And in mixing, it gets you into kind of everything louder than everything else. You go, oh, I want more of that. So you turn that up. And then you realize that you've blocked something else off, but when you turn it back down, it doesn't sound quite right. So you turn that other thing up and they start fighting with each other. So then you start going in with your EQ and starting to try to make room for them. And really what you probably should have done was just like muted something. You should have just killed something right away, taken a piece out, not gotten fixated on it in the first place. That's also a valid thing. But right now, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out. One thing that has been kicking around in the back of my mind that I may do, I hinted at this in one of the earlier episodes. I may decide to go and where there's some of these Octatrack, the stereo channel. I may decide I want more. One of the things that I'm already feeling is I kind of feel like I want more of the bass synth here and there. I also am wondering about the volume of some of the vocal samples. I know there's one in particular that's louder than everything else, and it's making me wonder if I should turn up the volume of the verse, the actual straight verse, or what. And the thing is that that's all printed. That's a 2-track mix. Remember, we've got the kick and the snare broken out onto individual channels, and everything else from the Octatrack is on this 1-2 mix. So what I can do if I succumb to that urge is, we are synced. I can get the Octatrack sync back up, and I can just fly in an overdub of that particular pattern with the mix tweaks I want. Totally something I can do. Should I do it? That's another question. So I'm going to think about that, ruminate, stew, percolate, all those words that mean I'm going to think about it. And in the meantime, yeah, I will find another good time, hopefully on the weekend. I'm sorry I did not do this over the past weekend, but I am really glad that you guys decided to join me on a Monday evening. It warms my heart, but within the next 7 days, we'll do it again. And we will either continue with this, or maybe I will do some work in the meantime and show you where we've landed. Or maybe we'll do something else, like some modular streaming, or I don't know. Totally open to suggestions. So let me know your thoughts. And in the meantime, everybody be safe, be healthy, be good. Keep exploring your own stuff. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye now.